What's up everyone, I am Saivo and I'm currently in one of my late night crafting sessions. I thought it's the best time to make a video for you guys speaking a bit about crafting in AION. Now I'm just gonna breeze through the professions, just telling you a basic description of what they mean. I'm not gonna go into all of them because there's a ton of them in AION and there's no point in making separate videos for each of them and no point in getting into detail in this one, otherwise it's gonna be a 1 hour video. AION is a 6-year-old game, so there's lots of things that are in game. First profession, I'm going to talk about this one. This is handicrafting. Handicrafting means that I can make stuffs, bows, and accessories. Accessories is my favorite thing because I love to essence tap. Essence tapping goes really well with handicrafting. I do not have handicrafting on my character. My character is just there for a charm of good luck. This is a good friend's character, and I'm using this one to craft all of my accessories for selling and for personal use. That's handicrafting. There is cooking, which does foods. There is alchemy, which does pots. There is armor smith, which does heavy plate and chain armors. There is weaponsmithing, does swords, daggers, pole arms, etc. There is what else there is? There is tailoring, does cloth armor, leather armor, and hats and belts. There is cooking. I told you about cooking actually. Construction. It does. You can make household items like cabinets and rugs and stuff like that. And there is aether tapping and essence tapping as well. Now, these are the professions. Let's talk a little bit about handicrafting. Where, first of all, before we get to that, where you can find, where you can go to craft. You can craft in two places in AION. You can craft either in Pernon. Pernon is the housing zone. Yeah, if you're an Asmodean, right here under Pandemonium. Also, if you're an Ilios, let's go to the Ilios side. It's Oriel, it's not Pernon. So either Oriel or Sanctum if you're an Ilios, or if you're an Asmodean, Pernon or Pandemonium. In Pandemonium, it's right here, Temple of Artisans. This is the place to go. In Pernon, I'm going to let you figure that out because it's really cool to discover Pernon as well. Handicrafting requires various mats. As you can see here, I am at the moment in my second ring. Let me just give you a basic rundown. If you want to craft, for example, a ring, the ring that I'm crafting now, is the best PvE ring in game. Yeah, not this particular craft, which I'm doing right now, this durable opal ring, but this one here. So, in order for me to reach here, let me stop this for a moment. I need to go through various stages. I need to first create this one. In order for me to create this one, I need 4 lesser holy accessory flaxes, 4 ancient aethers, 1 craftsman's holy knife, which is a mat that you can buy from the general goods shop here in handicrafting session, and 1 opal jewelry. Now, opal jewelry you can craft using these particular mats, yeah. And then the rest of the mats you either gather yourself. I'm gathering aether and I'm essence tapping as well for the rest of the mats. I buy these fluxes from the broker always because I cannot grind so much. I don't like to grind mobs in general. Now this is the first try and this one does not need to proc. The easiest way to see this if it needs to proc or not is either by scrolling with the design in your bag, or if you can just control right click the design from your list after you buy the designs. You can put it in Legion, yeah, opal ring, then you click it and you scroll over it. Now this one, as you can see, this one does not need to proc. I'm going to show you how one that needs to proc looks like. For example, let's take this one, yeah, the last one. Now this one looks like this. So for this particular ring, when you reach to this state, you need 1 of these Grandmaster Opal earrings, yeah, 4 harsh light essences, and 3 sources of eternity. All of these mats, I'm not gonna get into where you can find them. You know, ask me in the comments below if you have questions, obviously, with pleasure. Now, all of these mats, if you have them, you get to craft this. Now, this can either turn to be a legendary master opal ring, which is not the best craft, which is not what I'm personally looking to wear on myself. I usually sell those that do not proc. Or you can get the legendary Master Noble Opal ring, which is the best piece of ring in game. All of these accessories, earrings, ring, necklace, are the best PvE accessories you can find. Yeah, if you're into perfection, if you're into min-maxing your char, this is the things you need to go for. Having that said, guys, um, I am at the moment in my second ring. Yeah, this one, let's quickly link it and see if it needs to proc. This one does not need to proc either. Let's check the next one, just out of curiosity. Yeah, this sturdy opal ring. This one does not need to proc either. Now, out of very big curiosity, let's check the fourth one. Yeah, this one already needs to proc. So I can make 50 of these. Obviously, since nothing needs to proc, I can make 50 of these if I have enough mats. Obviously, because nothing needs to proc in this stage, I can make 50 of these easily. Now, these ones, Expert Opal Ring, need to proc. The next ring that I need to craft is this one. Out of curiosity, let's see if it needs to proc or not. This one needs to proc as well. No, wait, sorry. This is the one. Craftsman Opal Ring. Yeah, this one needs to proc as well. So basically, here I'm starting to have a problem because here I'm gonna have 50 tries of this one because this gets me 50, this gets me 50, this gets me 50 for sure because there's no need for proccing. Now this particular one here needs to proc. So this one out of 50, it may give me 40, which never happens. It may give me 30, which never happens. It may give me 25, which sometimes happens, or it may give me 5, which sometimes happens as well. So if I get 5 procs from this one, I can only try 5 times to craft this one. Yeah. So this one needs to proc as well. So if I only have 5 tries for this one, then here we're gonna have only five chances to have something that procs in order for me to use it as a mat for the next design. That was the very quick rundown, guys. This is what needs to happen in every single craft in AION, with the exception, well, depends. If it's armor crafting, accessory crafting, weapon crafting, then yes, you do have as these many stages. There are a lot of designs, as you can see here, this one, yeah? There are a lot of things that you can craft having all of these professions. There is accessories, these here are weapons, wooden weapons. Below accessories, we're obviously gonna have misc items that you can craft. These I need for accessories. These I need for other things like power shards, for example, you can craft with handicrafting. So you can craft all sorts of things. Now, some things they do not need to proc, like power shards, right? It's very straightforward. You make it, you have it, yeah? But important things and harder things like armor, weapons, accessories, they do need to proc. Whatever, let's continue. I just wanted to give you a little bit of a rundown. Whenever I craft, I need to be super organized. In my bag, I have free spots, not as much as I would have wanted to, but I have enough for really many tries. I have all the mats that I need from now until the last craft. And I like to sort them. Yeah, so I just like to sort them. I select the ones I'm gonna do today, and I just select here the selected ones. Now let's continue with crafting, guys. What else is there to say? Let's see if you can make money out of crafting. Money out of crafting. Out of handicrafting, I can tell you that if you have the patience or if you enjoy really much to gather the mats yourself, at least most of them, like Aether and the essence tapping, Seranium and Opal, or Darite and Seranium, or whatever you want to craft. Maybe you want to craft a magic version of these accessories, right? If you like to gather yourself and if you like to spend a full week, almost every day, a couple of hours, 2, 3, gathering undisturbed, then you can definitely earn some money. Will you feel like you did too much to earn that kind of money? Yes, you will. Is it easier to do other professions and earn the same amount of money? Or a bit less, but with less fuss? Yes, there is. You can definitely try alchemy or cooking. That's also pretty easy. And alchemy especially, if you just like to gather aether, then alchemy is the place for you, because with aether you can morph all sorts of plants. So from aether you morph into plants, and plants you use them to, make food. That's the easiest profession. It pays the least. Usually these days people, not these days, I would say in the past 4 years in AION, people have not been crafting to make money. In the first 2 years of AION, yes, it was possible, and it was really nice to craft and make money because you could craft really cool weapons. Gear, not so much, because people always used to go for PvP gear, but you could craft really cool weapons, and because weapons you can combine them. Two-handed weapons you can combine with a PvP weapon and get its stats. So obviously, crafted weapons, Balik weapons back in the days were the shit. So that used to make money. In the last 4 years, crafting has not really been touched. It has been a little bit revamped. As I told you, the best accessories you can have in game for PvE are crafted. 95% of the people don't have them because you don't really need them to finish content. It's not a requirement. It doesn't make you that much better compared to a full Hyperion set of accessories. So I guess there's no point in crafting them. Besides the fact, if you want to be super super geared and if you want to have the best there is in AION, then yeah, obviously you can craft them. As for making money, you won't make money out of weaponsmithing, handicrafting. You won't make money out of anything, the least of all construction. So it's only pot making, and these days in Europe they give us so many pots from events that people have the best pots, which you personally cannot even craft because you're lacking the mats, because nobody really grinds and there's no mats, and the latest best pots cost a lot of mats to make, and they give us for free. So no, you cannot make money out of crafting. It's absolutely pointless for you to think about that. What you can do is have a hobby if you want to. If you want the best things, you might as well craft them yourself, because there's nobody else in this world that crafts them out of hobby besides myself, at least on this particular server. I know that some other people on our server have these accessories, but they have struggled to make them for themselves, and that's it. Yeah, I make them to sell them as well. So from time to time, you will find on my server these things for sale. Other than that, guys, I'm going to pause the video here because I have gave you the 101 about crafting. I'm going to show you later on when I get to the higher stages. I'm going to show you how these rings end up repaying me, and how the gods of Aeon want to reward me. So just pausing the video here and resuming at the end. So we're at the end, almost at the end actually. I have to tell you guys that it wasn't a very successful session. In the end, I got three rings that I can try to have, to make into the best ring in game. So I have three tries, which is very few. Then again, it's very few for my standards, because I gather a lot of mats. I gather for like weeks before I try. So I have tried in total, the first one I have tried 50 times in total, and so on and so forth, with the procs necessary here 2 times. I got to have three final procs. I will have to say, guys, that I do think that sometimes I think that in Aeon, this crafting, any crafting actually needs a little bit of a revamp, a little bit of a touch, because it's actually not motivating at all to craft. It's actually demotivating. If I wouldn't have a passion for watching a movie and gathering at the same time, then I would definitely not craft as well, and I wouldn't even care. So yeah, I guess it can be a bit disappointing. Um, a few things before I get to crafting the last piece. If one of these rings, actually no, let's be fair. If two of these rings get to proc to the best ring that there is, then I would say that the overall, 50 tries, lots of mats, I would say I think 600 million worth of mats. If I would be to sell everything, obviously, and the things that I bought, then I would say that it's worth it. If only one of them procs, I would be like, whatever. If none of them procs, it was basically I just literally lost. I don't know. Maybe not Kina because I can sell them for a pretty good price. One of them I could sell for 300 million if I sell it cheap, really cheap. So even if it's not proc, so I would say I would get about 900 million back, maybe 1 billion. So that's a 400 million profit compared to the 600 million of mats that I spent. But definitely procking is really a good feeling and it's fulfilling. So let's give it a try. Let's see how it goes. This is the end result. Let's quickly check. My favorite workstation is in Pandemonium. It's this one right here. At the end, usually so far I just do craft all. At the end, out of superstition, I'm just gonna select craft, the simple version. We're gonna see one by one how it goes. Let's see. Usually when it does this, it doesn't go good. Holy shit. This is nerve-wracking. Absolutely nerve-wracking. Fuck! Okay, so one piece of shit already here. Let's check for the second. I call it piece of shit. It's not actually a piece of shit. It's a pretty good ring, even unproc, but oh my fucking god. Fucking retarded. Anyway, so 2 times not procced. These are gonna go on the marketplace. At least one maybe. No. So 3 times, guys, 50 tries, 600 million spent without absolutely any purpose, 300 million gain from these rings is absolutely nothing in my terms. So 300 million is absolute garbage money. In AION, you cannot do anything with them, anything spectacular, anything that I would need to do. So at the end of the day, I would say that crafting is not worth it at all, unless you wanna pull your hair out, unless you wanna waste your fucking time. So don't start up crafting in AION. Absolutely pointless. Lots of love, guys. See you soon, and don't forget to subscribe.